Hey everybody, it's Chris, MTGO's Rexstar, and we are back for part 5, culminating the saga of my victory here in last week's Tribal Apocalypse of my Tezzeret control deck. And this was the final showdown against Just Canceled. We were both kind of working under the clock here because we wanted to get into the Hammer on Rye event, which was starting in just about 10 minutes or so after we began our match. But thankfully, Just Canceled was playing Berserkers, so it was a very quick one. And I lost the roll. This keep looks okay for me. I've got a Tezzeret. I always want to have a Tezzeret or a Damnation in hand. So I'm playing 4 of each. So now I'm going to need to get there. I've got 2 lands. I can Strix and hope to hit my 3rd land drop off of that. Meanwhile, he's got a very hot start. And I do hit the 3rd land drop there. But unfortunately he's got an Arc Lightning to take out my Strix and still get a couple points of damage in. So very hot start here from Just Canceled. He's got me all the way down to 10 already. Even Riftwatcher coming in, hoping to stabilize for me. Now he Lightning Helixes there. I don't really care about the life gain, but that does take it out. I gain the 2 life off of that, and then back to 10 from damage here. And not a lot that's going to save me here apart from a Damnation, which I do draw here. But I believe I'm going to be in trouble for some burn spells. Chain Lightning into... Nope. Okay. Oh, the Barbarian Ring has me next turn, no matter what I do there. So I think that was... somehow I died. I don't remember I scooped here. I guess I didn't have it. I could have killed... Oh, I remember, because if I Damnationed his board to stay alive, he gets to Threshold and can activate the Barbarian Ring. That's what it was. So yeah, I scooped to that. So let's take a look at the next game. Here's game 2. Ooh, mulled all the way to 5. Of course, he mulled to 4. It's probably worse for him, since he's the aggro deck, and I have ways to get card advantage back. Go ahead and run out that Strix. I'm not going to be forcing anything he does. Certainly not at this point. Force of Will is not very... It's not a very good spell, anyways, against a deck like Just Canceled. First of all, he's got Bloodbraid Elf, and Force of Will is just abysmal against that. I held back here because he has haste guys, and I wanted to be able to protect my Tezzeret. Just Canceled, unfortunately, not able to get to another land off of that mull to 4, so this one pretty anticlimactic, and he went ahead and scooped here so that we could save time and try to get on to the last one, which would be right here. So this one was for all the marbles, and let's see what I kept here. I've got 3 lands, 3 Strixes and a Force of Will. Not bad against aggro guy. Of course, I've got to watch out for those arc trails and such. Leaning on Stomping Ground and a man land. And I rip a Tez. I've got a Tez and a Damnation in hand. I'm probably feeling pretty good at this point. And a Raven Familiar or something I can always blow to that Force of Will if I need to in order to protect Tez. So I'm just holding back here. I don't really need to do anything with these guys. And again, he's got too many haste guys and stuff potentially in his deck for me to be playing too fast and loose. There's another Strix for me. And still just holding back here. I tapped my lands wrong here, and I was not able to play out the second Baleful Strix. That was a play mistake. I think I would have played it out if I had tapped them correctly. So I do play it out here. And plus I already had the Tidal Strix to pitch to force if I needed. And even Riftwatcher coming down, making good use of my mana that turn. Even Riftwatcher gets bolted, puts me back up to 20, so I'm still in pretty good shape here. Key 2 Encampment comes in. I do not block it. It has first strike, so that's no value to me. And I'm at plenty high life. Now here comes Tezzy. And Tezzeret's +1 is going to find me a land, and I will play the Tidehall Strix there. No, I've seen Arc Trail, but I'm not figuring his kind of deck is going to play Pyroclasm or something like that. Just Cancel gets a little flooded in this game, from what he says in chat, which I can understand the frustration if you're playing an aggro deck. And here you have, he attempts to Lightning Bolt the Tide Hollow Strix in response to my minus 4ing Tezzeret. Now this was an interesting play. This wins me the game, but you have to see why. He could have Lightning Bolted Tezzeret, Lightning Bolted me, and redirected it to Tezzeret on the previous turn, on his turn, to prevent me from being able to go off with Tezzeret. But he doesn't do that, and so he waits until my turn, and I basically am able to get Xaxes here by playing the Parasitic Strix to get him down to 14, and then getting to 7 guys. So this is a lethal Tezzeret here, and he attempts to bolt one of these guys in response. Now, I didn't really need to, but I went ahead and forced it here. I think I still had him off of combat damage. I don't know what his other 2 cards in hand are. But assuming if he had bolted Tezzeret in the previous turn, so that I couldn't have gone off with the ultimate, that might have left him in a better spot, but instead he holds it there, and I'm able to go ahead and get it off the ultimate and then protect it. But I mean, even if he kills this guy, so it's not lethal, and he goes to 2, and then even if he had some kind of answer for this, I'm at some enormous life totals, so that seems like that's not a super awesome holding that bolt to just spend it on a guy. But again, I could have force of willed it anyways, so it's not like it made the hugest difference. But it seemed like going after Tez, preventing me from being able to do the ultimate with Tez, probably would have been the best play for that lightning bolt, just in my opinion. Again, I don't know what his other 2 cards in hand are, what his overall game plan was. So anyways, this was game 3, and this wrapped it up, and I took the title. And then I went on to play in Ham on Rye for a rather mediocre 2-2 finish with a Bant Excalibur list. But it was fun trying to play some classics. So anyways, that'll cover it for my deck this week, and stay tuned for coverage of an old Foggy Jin deck, and for AJ's Spectre Capping deck. So be back for those.